Hey guys, what's going on? It's 21 Maxwell and welcome to another episode of the network game where it is myself, 21 Maxwell, up against Let's Play with SirHC. It is of course Orlando City against NYCFC. Since our last video, just a quick roundup before we get into our next game. We embarked in the beginning of our cup journey. We took on the Richmond Kickers in the third round of the US Cup, where we had a lucky victory. They took the lead through Henry Kalunga in 30 minutes before Ricky Kaka stepped up, proved his worth being the designated player and scored after 47, and then the winning goal after 88 minutes from the penalty spot. Next up was a trip to Colorado. Zat Knight of all people, I mean come on, Zat Knight. He scored the opening goal. Gabriel Torres made it 2-0. Mario Gomez equalised to make it 2-2 with goals in the 43rd and the 79th minute. We went overload, we tried to push for the victory, but unfortunately Torres scored again in the last minute to give the Rapids a 3-2 victory. Next up in the MLS was a 3-1 win over FC Dallas. We had recently gotten Charlie Davis in a trade. We'll talk about that more in a second. Kaka made it 1-0. Davis made it 2-0 after 17 minutes before Jonathan Top on 65 pulled one back for Dallas, and Charlie Davis made it 3-1 after 83 minutes. The next round of the US Cup, seen as taking on the New England Revolution. Darren Mattocks come back from injury and he came on to score twice, 66 and 86 minute goals to the big target man, and Tony Taylor with a late consolation. And finally in our last game, we travelled to the LA Galaxy, where Mario Gomez and Charlie Davis gave us a good 2-0 lead. Bradford Jameson made it 2-1 with a consolation before a double from Davis to add to his early goal, gave him a hat-trick, and Marvin Vine scoring a late on goal to make it 4-2. So that put us in a position right now, before this game, we are sitting in third place, just ahead of Chris's side, who have a game in hand. It's really tight in the Eastern Conference, and this next match away to Toronto could be a massive factor. As I say regarding the trade, if I can remember how to find trades on this, all trades, there we go. Again, it was a trade with Chris, and that's seen as give him Kevin Molino, who was a winger that we kind of never really needed, so we gave him that. And we took Charlie Davis because he couldn't get him scoring. He scored like 3 goals all season, and of course he got 5 goals in a couple of games for us, so that was fine. We also traded out Luke Bowden to the Columbus Crew, and that gave us an international slot, so we're only allowed 9 international players, which is ideal because we've got the 4 players coming up from Scotland, so that's going to be 4 internationals right there, and we need to try and make sure we have the 9 slots available. So now we're going to take on FC Toronto, and I'll see you in the game, guys. So here we go, guys. We're about to take on the FC Toronto away from home. It's the second team in the Eastern Conference, so this is a big game, a chance to leapfrog them, or they can extend their gap over us. It's going to be difficult with them having Michael Bradley and Jermaine Defoe. It's also going to be interesting because Chris's New York City FC are playing at the same time, and they have a difficult trip to FC Dallas. So we're playing against a 3-5-2. We have to try and watch out for, obviously, for Defoe and Bradley, but we have to take advantage of how bad Stephen Caldwell is, and try and make advantage of the fact that Bill Hamid's in goals as well. We'll go about Tony Sana says, which is just work on Jermaine Defoe. Let's put him on his weaker foot as well. Let's always close him down. Let's give him no space. Let's let the boys just to relax, and a lot of them will be keen to avenge what happened the last time we played them, and we'll just quickly speak individually to the couple of players that weren't motivated by that, which is Duval, Okungo and Ashton Morgan. I say we've not had a great record against Toronto. I believe they've beat us every time we've played them. I think Jermaine Defoe's had an absolute field day. So say hopefully, you know, we've got 2 strikers that are on form scoring goals, and hopefully the lads can keep up this great run of form so far. We'll maybe slow this down just a little bit. I'll say hopefully we're competitive here, and hopefully we can sneak a shock victory. Let's see what happens here. Alexander, Kaka, Charlie Davis. It was nearly another goal for the former US international. He's certainly been on great form right now, and this is where I've got the worry. Defoe's in goal. What's he going to do? And thankfully Morgan with a fantastic tackle. He was in that kind of position you'd expect Jermaine Defoe just to pull the trigger and blast it into the top corner, like he would have done a couple of years ago at Tottenham in the legs. That's it, boys. Just get the ball, give it to Kaka, and hopefully they just don't get the ball through to Jermaine Defoe. I literally have no worries about their team apart from Jermaine Defoe. I just think, given his stats and stuff, he's just far too good for this level. Another good save from McMath. Is he going to get the rebound? Ah, and it falls tragically to the feet of Jonathan Osorio. And Toronto lead 1-0. That's a gutter. I mean, we've played really well to start with the first couple of minutes, and for them to score a goal like that, it is highly disappointing. So let's hope this isn't a second. Sanchez and Osorio again at that back post. He's getting so much space. Ashton Morgan should be out on him. He's looking a little bit nervous, so I think we're going to say to Ashton Morgan, we say, it's alright son, calm down, relax. I mean, he won't be here much longer, Ashton Morgan. The plan is, once Graham Shinney comes in, he'll take that left wing back position and make it his own. But until he gets here, and we'll see. We're down to 4th place now. Stuart Holden has scored for Chrissy's team against Dallas. He's leading 1-0. But we are not looking good here, and Gilberto is offside. No, it's 2-0. It's looking pretty poor. 22 minutes, and it looks like it's going to be another terrible defeat against FC Dallas. Surely not a third already. I've changed the counter just to kind of give the boys a bit of leeway, just to try and attack and just soak up the pressure. You know, there's no point in us going out attacking, getting overexposed at the back. We may as well defend in numbers, try and get hold of the possession, and then try and break. Hopefully they start bombing people forward, but at 2-0 you can only hope that they get a little bit overconfident and hopefully get complacent, make mistakes. And Charlie Davis is in. It might be offsides, it counts. It's another goal for Charlie Davis. It's his 6th goal in 4 games since arriving from NYCFC. Boy's doing well. So maybe this game just isn't over just yet. So we need Kaká to pull the strings. Here's Duval, Alexander. Take JJ Koval again. Oh, Kaká has been dispossessed, that's the worry. And Gilberto, it's a poor goalkeeping from McMath, and it's a bad day when that goal was really being cost because of our designated players being caught in the ball, and that's absolutely gutting, absolutely shocking from Kaká. He's a player, as I say, we need to step up to the plate, and quite frankly I would not be against trading him. He hasn't been that good. We'll go aggressive here. Everybody's got to be motivated. I'm going to try and swap Kaká with Koval, but it's not looking good. I'll keep the team as it is before we start to look and bring in the likes of Julian de Guzman. But very disappointing from Kaká. You know, it's just a fact, caught in possession and just all round disappointing. But we'll see what happens here. Charlie Davis has it. Is he going to shoot? Oh, it's a good strike, and it's a great save from Bill Hamid in the Toronto goal. Michael Bradley has been an absolute step ahead. I think Toronto, as soon as they lose him, if somebody does buy him, then they are going to go seriously downhill. I'm going to take off Kaká. A 6.6 is just absolutely woeful. And we'll bring on Mario Gomez to play as a shadow striker, so it's kind of going 3 up front effectively, play him in behind. I can honestly say I don't see us getting back into this, because if we do try and push forward and push numbers forward, we are going to get brutally taken a counter attack by Jermaine Defoe. And that is, there we go again, that is the quality of Michael Bradley. 25-yarder right in the top corner, and it is an absolute screamer. No keeper in the world is going to save that apart from David De Gea, because that is unbelievable. So I think we're just going to rest players now. Mattox, you've done well since you've come back, but we'll put Salgado on. And Morgan, you're playing quite poor, so I'm going to put Tyler Turner to right back, and you can play in it. Duval, sorry, can play in his unfamiliar left back position. If you can play right back, you can play left back in my opinion. So it's all about resting people. It's a shame that it's came to this kind of result, but that is the life in this division. Every team can beat everybody, and sometimes it can be close games, and sometimes it can be absolutely brutal and a bit of a beating. Maybe we're just lacking that enforcer in the middle of the park. That's maybe something we need to work on. But with the way the MLS is structured, that's nothing that can get solved overnight. You know, we're going to have to look. Salgado gets in, and that's just a lack of composure. We'll look and see if there's anybody we can bring in. As Charlie Davis scores, good man, 4-2. That is a decent draft pick from somewhere else if we can trade someday, or if we have to go and find an American player that's playing outside the league, or just somewhere, just somebody that can be a ball winner, like somebody like Kyle Beckerman would be fantastic, but I don't see that being a viable option. I just don't see that really happening. But Binibim's been sent off, so I've just been booked there. I know that he'll probably get sent off, the way this game's going. And then again, Traore hits the post. If we can play that now, look, Krale, 2 against 1 Weaver there. Great chance to counter. Let's see, Koval to Alexander, great ball to Duval. He'll cut inside, plays it in, and the ball left a lot to be desired. Was for retained possession though, but usually it's just Michael Bradley breaks up the play and just makes something happen. Good ball for Turner, and Charlie Davis on a hat-trick there. I mean, looking at the stats, you can understand that they've been a better team. 23 shots to 12 tells its story, although 8 shots in target each. You know, you've got to think if their boys were more clinical, we could maybe be looking at a 4-3, maybe have a lot more to play for in the closing stages. But the forwards running, can we actually counter here because it's 3 against 3? Gomez, Salgado, he's got to finish. I'm just going to say to the boys, overload for the last 13 minutes, going to give them a team talk passionately to push forward. May as well just go hell for leather, keeping the same system. So I feel like it's quite an attacking system. I don't think we can put much more numbers forward. You know, another striker up front just leaves us criminally exposed at the back. Turner, nah, you got to think if he had a bit more composure, he could have played that across the 6-yard box, and that could have been a Charlie Davis tap in. 12 minutes to go. Can we at least make it 4-3? Put this game on a little bit of a knife edge before it finishes. Then make a couple of changes. Again, are we going to get here? That looks like this game's just going to ride out. Oh, one light chance. Gomez, the corner. We'll play it back in. Turner, Salgado, and he's a decent target man, but I think we'll be waiving Salgado at one point. He's been very disappointing. I was expecting a lot more from him, but in general he's been pretty disappointing. And it's going to finish here 4-2, and that is it at the BMO field. Toronto win by 4 goals to 2, and the boys have a pretty disappointing performance. So just got to go and check the league table before we finish the video and see what kind of position it is. So with Chris's team winning 2-0, the Elite Frog is Toronto leading 34, Montreal Impact in 32, we're in 31, and then Orlando City on 30 points. So that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for tuning in. There'll be a link in the description to see Chris's match against FC Dallas, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.